All right, so here's how to save a ton of time and make your life a lot easier with this marketing and social media plan that I'm gonna lay out for you. Social media and marketing is a huge time suck, especially when you're using it to try and grow your Etsy business. Trust me, I know, I've been there, I've been doing it for years, but I have leveraged social media for years to get thousands, not only thousands, hundreds of thousands more in sales. And I want to give you the plan that I've been using in the last several years that has worked for me, and maybe it can work for you guys as well. If you don't know who I am, I'm LL. I've made over $500,000 on Etsy alone, and I help other sellers start, build, and grow their businesses with what I've learned along the way. All right, so let's dive into this process. It's a 4-part process that I'm going to go through today that should help make your life a lot easier when it comes to marketing and social media and all that stuff. So the first part of this process is, number one, is going to be batching. So maybe you've heard of this, maybe you haven't heard of this, but now you have. So batching is basically taking all of your content that you're going to release and batching it, scheduling it out all at once. So this will make your life a lot easier. It'll make things a lot more efficient. And I would recommend, here's a pro tip to start off. I'd recommend doing this on a weekly basis. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna sit down. I usually sit down on Sundays and I batch all my content out. So if you're gonna do if you're gonna do like 7 social media posts, so you're gonna sit down, you're gonna come up with those 7 posts and you're gonna schedule them out, one Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You guys get the point, but you're going to schedule all those posts out on Sunday. So then Monday comes, it's going to release this post Tuesday. Why this is so effective is think about what you've been currently doing. Say it's Tuesday, you're working on whatever, you know what I mean? Maybe you're doing an Etsy listing or you're trying to do SEO research, whatever you're doing. They're like, oh crap, I got to do my Tuesday social media posts. So you stop everything that you're doing, and maybe you're getting a lot of work done that day. So you have to stop everything that you're doing. You have to sit and be like, okay, what am I gonna post today? So this is a process. You have to create the post, then you have to post the post. So before you know it, you're 20, 30 minutes in to this one Tuesday post, and it completely derails everything that you've been doing that day. The better way to do it is to sit down, block out a time. Again, this can be Sunday, Saturday, whenever you want to do it, block out a time and schedule out your posts. You're already in that mindset. So whereas before it took you 20 to 30 minutes and completely derailed your day, in probably 40 minutes, 45 minutes, you could probably schedule out an entire week's worth of posts because you're already in that mindset. And I'm going to go through some other tactics here that's going to help you come up with ideas of what to post. But so that is kind of the main goal, is you're already in that mindset. You're going to be twice as fast, twice as efficient doing it all at once rather than going through your day, derailing your whole day to stop and do a social media post. You'd be very, very surprised. The other nice thing about this is your posts are already scheduled for the week, and then something else comes up that you want to post about, you can do it. You can stop what you're doing if it's timely and you want to post, and it'll just be an additional post, or you have some additional time, it'll be an additional post. Whereas before you're really trying to make time for your posts, now it's going to make you have this extra time. So how do you batch stuff? Well, if you're doing Facebook and Instagram, if you go into Facebook, there's on the search bar and you search Creator Studio, and you have a business page set up, you can actually post them there. You can schedule out posts there for both Facebook and Instagram. Very easy to do. There's a calendar there. You can hit the calendar and then you can do your posts and schedule them out to come out whenever you want them to come out. You can also link Facebook and Instagram together. So you can post on Facebook and then it'll go to Instagram, but you can't schedule it that way, so I wouldn't do it like that. There's other platforms out there. There's Later, there's Hootsuite. There's a bunch of them out there where there's free versions and then paid versions where you can schedule out different social media platforms. So that's a good way to do it. If you're doing email marketing, if you're doing blogs, you can schedule those out as well. Regardless of any email platform, you can schedule out emails. Any blog platform, you can schedule out blogs. So that's pretty much easy to do on those. So it's basically picking a platform. Again, if you want a simple free version, you're doing Facebook and Instagram, that's free. You can do it through Creator Studio. That may be a good place to start. The other question, I hit on this earlier, is why do it weekly? Well, it helps you stay engaged with what's going on. If you batch out too far, if you get a little overzealous and you batch out a month, you're not going to remember what the hell you scheduled out 3 weeks from now. You know what I mean? And then you have an idea, and maybe you're like posting the same thing. So I would just do a week because it helps you stay engaged with kind of what's going on in your business, so you don't kind of forget or have to go back and look on what you batch. So you can get a little too overzealous with batching. But again, this is going to save you a ton of time. It's going to help you be a lot more efficient, and you're going to be able to probably do even more when it comes to social media once you schedule out this stuff. So number one is batching. Start doing it today. Highly, highly recommend. All right, and that brings us to number two. This is going to be something really cool to help you as well. Repurpose. All right, so what do I mean by repurpose? So this is important. We often look at our social media or our marketing stuff as like one and done stuff, when it's not. We can repurpose it across platforms. We can use the same content in different ways to meet different platform needs, so we're not doing twice the work. You know, you don't necessarily have to create a brand new post for Instagram, brand new one for Facebook, a brand new blog post, a brand new video. There's ways that you can think about your content and kind of repurpose it to fit multiple platforms, multiple use cases. So again, you're saving time, you're really cutting down on the work. This really comes down to efficiency and saving a lot of time. You have limited time, we all do. So how do we optimize our time to make things a lot easier? So there's many different ways to do this depending on what type of content you're doing as far as marketing. But again, it's thinking about what you're doing currently and how you can repurpose that. So if you're doing, if you're doing a blog post, you can turn that into a video. You can basically use that as a script and record that as a video, and now you have a video on that blog post. Or vice versa, you can turn that blog post into, or you can turn that video, if you do like a YouTube video, there's AI tools out there. You can turn that YouTube video into a blog post in 2 clicks. We don't have to write it. So you can repurpose it that way. You can shorten a long video and make it into short clips. Again, you can do that yourself, or there's platforms out there that'll do it for you. Like Opus Clip. There's a lot of different ones out there that will do that for you. You can make still images. Maybe you want to showcase your product. You can make still images into a slideshow and then post that on TikTok. Make it a video. So your still images, maybe that you're posting on Facebook or Instagram, now you can make it into a video, post it on TikTok, post it on Reels, post it on YouTube Shorts. So again, it's the same content, you're just repurposing it in different ways to fit different things. So think about what you're doing and how you can repurpose currently what you're doing. Obviously, Facebook, Instagram is going to be relatively the same. You can post that on both pretty much. If you're just doing words, you can't post that on Instagram unless you make it into a picture. But most of you guys, if you're showcasing your products, you're going to have pictures. You're going to be doing some type of picture or video. So then it just comes down to how you're going to repurpose that for more platforms. So think about that. Think about more dynamically, not a one and done, but those are some different ways that you can repurpose what you're doing. The third one is going to be plan. All right, so what do I mean by this? Plan. So this is really kind of where people get stuck. And I know you've maybe been thinking about this before. It's like, okay, well, I'm good with batching. I want to batch this stuff. I'm good with repurposing it. What the heck do I share? You know what I mean? What do I do? What do I post? And there's unlimited ideas out there. And this really comes down to your niche. But the best way, and this could be a full training, but I'm gonna make this really, really simple. The best way that I like to think about content, and I learned this years ago, is think about it in terms of themes and cycle through the themes. So you're not gonna be posting, okay, here is my new product Monday, Tuesday, here's another new product, Wednesday, here's another new product. That's a mistake. And that's what a lot of people default to, because you're like, okay, what else am I gonna do? Well, you have to think of how you can add value to your audience outside of just asking them to buy, outside of just asking them or sharing new products. Of course, that's going to be part of it. So sit down and think about 5 to 6 different themes for what you can post, basically themes or topics of what you can post. And then you're going to cycle through those themes. So for instance, number one, or the first theme could be a new product. You're showcasing a new product. Okay, that's cool. You're sharing that. That's what everyone does. Maybe another theme is going to be, how to use your product, how to use, or something cool about your product or your product out in the natural world. Something that makes it demonstrable. If you're selling leashes, maybe you're showing your product being used or showing a cool feature of your product, a use case of the product to basically add value, make your stuff demonstrable. So that's pretty cool. Maybe the third one is just something funny related to your niche. If you're in the dog niche, maybe you share a funny dog meme. Easy enough, makes people laugh, and they get it throughout their day, and they're gonna want to keep following you because they're like, okay, what's the other thing that's gonna make me laugh? Or maybe it's like a motivational quote or something inspirational related to your niche. So that really depends. Maybe the fourth one is like a sale or some type of promo. Again, we're asking them to buy here, but that's fine. It's not all we're asking them to do. And then maybe another one is like it could be like some type of top 5 list, or some type of guide. Depending on your niche, it could be, here's the top 5, workout shirts, or here's a gift guide, coming up on Christmas, holidays, here is a gift guide for your loved ones or something like that, some type of value. So how can you add value to your audience so they're going to keep clicking on your email, clicking on your posts, coming back, following you? That is really the key, and this is going to evolve. But then, so say you do this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, depending on your posts. And then when we go back to, maybe then you go back and then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you're cycling through these themes. And then maybe you have another idea for another theme. You want to insert that. Okay, boom, insert that in here, and then just keep cycling through the theme. So I call this the theme loop. I think it's a really good strategy so you can plan out your stuff. And okay, today is something funny. I don't have to think beyond that. It's something funny. I have to find something funny related to my niche to post, right? So start there. It'll really help you come up with stuff, content ideas, marketing ideas, so you don't have to waste a lot of time. All right, so that is number 3. Number 4, drum roll, number 4 is going to be, this one's gonna blow your mind. Not really, but it is obvious, but not so obvious. Repeat, right? We're gonna repeat this process, the process of batching, repurpose, plan. But we're not only gonna just blindly repeat those things, right? Repeating them will be good, but we're in the business of making small incremental improvements over time, which is gonna help our business grow. It's gonna help us meet our goals. So we wanna repeat, but we wanna repost posts that have done well. So we're going to do this process, but we're going to look at what's done well. And those are things that we can repeat. Along with repeating this process, we're going to repeat posts. So if you have a post that did well a couple of weeks ago, repost it again or tweak it slightly and redo it again, right? It did well. People liked it. So use that to your advantage. There's nothing wrong with redoing stuff, repurposing stuff. We assume that most people see our stuff, and only about 10% of people see our stuff, especially when it comes to social media, as it's filtered out. So you could post the same thing every single day and only 10% of people are going to see it. So repurpose the stuff, or repeat, it is kind of repurposing in a different way, but repeat the stuff that's working, that has worked in the past. The other thing is, the other part of this repeating the process, another part of this is do more of what's doing well. So we're repeating stuff as well, the exact same stuff. But if you know that certain posts or certain content is doing really well, do more of that type of stuff. So if you have a theme that's doing really well, okay, well maybe you want to do that twice a week rather than just once a week. And maybe you want to get rid of a theme that's not doing well. So do more of what's working, do less of what's not working. And how do you tell? Likes, follows, shares, view time, view minutes, clicks, open rates, those are all the things. Those stats are out there. Same thing with your Etsy stats that we can use to our advantage if we pay attention to them. So we're not flying blind. Do more of what's working, less of what's not working. But those are the 4 things you guys can do to help you with marketing, save time, be more efficient. So batching, repurpose, plan, repeat. Hopefully that helps you guys out with your marketing.